Is the gut acid that you were just speaking of, does that have anything to do with the reason people have heartburns and take antacids? Is that it?
Well, it does, but it's not the acid itself. It's the acid being in the wrong place. So stomach acid is released from the stomach, and its purpose is to help digest the food. There is a valve called the lower esophageal sphincter. That's a valve between the esophagus and the stomach. So you eat the food, it comes down the esophagus, it enters the stomach. After it gets into the stomach, that valve shuts pretty tight. And the reason that so many people have heartburn, acid reflux, GERD isn't because they overproduce acid. Overproduction of acid is a rare condition that very few people have. It's because that valve opens inappropriately and allows the acid to come up into the esophagus where it's not supposed to be. The acid's supposed to be in the stomach, digesting food. So it really is that inappropriate opening of the valve that causes symptoms. And what causes a valve to open inappropriately? Overfilling our stomachs, eating too much food, eating a high-fat diet, like lots of dairy, because that slows down the emptying of the stomach, causes a valve to open. Alcohol, chocolate, caffeine, you know, all the fun stuff. Eating too late at night, that also does it because our stomach has a bedtime. It's not very active in terms of contractility once the sun sets. So all of these factors, which are primarily diet and lifestyle factors, can conspire to cause reflux. Now, some people have a valve that doesn't close as well, but again, that's rare. For most of us, it's we're eating too much, too late, wrong foods.
You said that dairy slows down digestion and some other. What are the mechanisms of that? How does
dairy,
a food like that?
Dairy is a high-fat food. And in fact, in the US, it is a major contributor to fat in the diet because people don't perceive it. You know, when people are eating a porterhouse, they're like, okay, I'm eating red meat. I've got to be aware of my heart health, etc. But so many people think dairy is a health food. And so they're eating yogurt in the morning and they're eating cheese at lunch and they're having ice cream or some sort of cream sauce
and also
at night.
Because they think low-fat dairy is fine.
Exactly.
The dietary guidelines tell us that. So a lot of people are doing that. So why are they not in the clear?
So the problem is that dairy, by definition, is a high-fat, high-sugar food. Dairy is what gets a little bitty calf to grow to a very big cow very quickly. And any food that is high-fat, so I would include the porterhouse steak in this category, as well as the dairy, including the low-fat dairy. All of those foods basically slow down the emptying of the stomach because fat is a much more complex food for the body to digest. So when there's a lot of fat in the stomach, it means that the contractility slows down even more so that the stomach has a chance to break down the fat. And that leads to things sitting in the stomach and eventually having an opportunity to come back up, to reflux back up.